The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Right here, right now, this is the most uncertain the crypto market has ever looked to the vast majority of people. Every person that I talk to has differing opinions about where we are exactly with the state of the crypto market. As far as my 2 cents are concerned, I see that right here, we are still in extreme fear mode with a 9 out of 100 on the fear greed index for Bitcoin. And when we look at the 1 week for the state of the crypto market, we see Terra USD below 10 cents, numerous other tokens down 25 to 30%. We have reached an extreme capitulative moment in the crypto market. We have reached a point where most retail investors are so unattracted to the crypto space that they've either sold already or have just left and are not paying attention anymore. That is when I personally get the most excited I've ever been. We still have a lot to get through to confirm that we are going on a full bullish reversal. But I'll tell you this right now. I told you all before and I'll say it again. I used 50% of my business reserves to buy the recent crash. And I'm actually looking to deploy the final 50% just in case we go lower. Ladies and gentlemen, I posted on my Udemy lecture 174, the cryptos that I purchased during this May 2020 crash. And in this video as well, I'm posting the cryptos that I will purchase if we happen to crash further. I doubt it, but I'm always prepared for any scenario. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to get to the point as an investor where even if you're wrong with your projections, you make money. That is the point I'm at. And that's the point I want all of you to get to. In addition, guys, for those of you in my OnlyFans community, please tune in tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for the most important Q&A I'll be hosting in that community. We'll be going through a lot of things, but specifically passive income opportunities that can help you generate some income during this crypto crash and beyond. I know it'll be very helpful, and I look forward to seeing all of you there. Now guys, as far as the crypto market is concerned, there are a lot of bullish indicators that to me are signaling a very bullish reversal. First and foremost, we have this. The ETH Bitcoin chart shows that altcoins and Ethereum are in a bubble compared to Bitcoin. ETH BTC lines up perfectly with Nasdaq.com bubble structure. The bubble is disguised because it's not so visible on the ETH USD or BTC USD pairs. You guys all know that I've been calling for an altcoin season for quite a while. And here on this chart, I do believe we have the initial phases for that. We might be in for one more small price dump before we finally take off. But I do believe we are going to take off. Remember, last year, in March, I began calling for a 70% correction in the crypto market. May 2021, that correction happened. Then, everyone was calling for a bear market right after, because that correction came. I told you, July and August 2021, I was extremely bullish on the crypto market. What ended up happening was, we saw that monstrosity of a run up to November 2021. Then, I was calling for a 50% crash. December, it occurred. This specific crash right now caught me completely off guard. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this crash humbled me. And I will tell you all this. This was the nastiest crash I've ever experienced in crypto. Worse than March 2020. March 2020 was the worst one until this moment. But you guys all survived it. And that says something about all of you. You guys have hands of steel. And my bearable balls were definitely tested. All jokes aside though, I have to point out to all of you that the DXY is completely overextended. What that means is that the strength of the US dollar is extremely high. And it's actually run up so much, so quickly, with no cooling in sight, to the point where it's at a high, and I believe it's going to correct. Let's look at it this way. The crypto market is at extreme lows and at extreme fear mode. The Dow Jones is in extreme fear mode. The US dollar is in extreme greed mode. And I can't help but think things are overextended in one direction just a little too much. Risk on is going to come back. And when it does, that final wave of aggressive profit taking is going to take place. In addition, guys, additional bullish news from Credible Crypto. He posted, "This is the most accurate floor model I have seen. No guarantees, but it has marked our bottom every time we have tapped it. Like the name, I see this as confluence and do not base my entire bullish thesis on it. But it certainly supports the idea that we have found our bottom for Bitcoin. Like clockwork, for the 5th time in a row, this red line has shown a major Bitcoin bottom. It is too early to know for sure, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. Back here, bottom when it touched the red line. Back here in 2015, bottom when it touched the red line. 2019, bottom when it touched the red line. 2020, bottom when it touched the red line. And in 2022, the same thing has just occurred. I have no reason to believe we are not going to go full bull mode, other than a black swan-like event, similar to the UST Terra situation we just saw. But the only reason I can't full-blown guarantee to all of you yet that we're going to reverse complete bullish is because of these stupid stablecoins. Breaking 5% of USDT of its total supply was burned in the past 3 days. A lot of this supply is getting moved towards USDC. And ladies and gentlemen, what I think is going to happen soon is complete stablecoin regulations and the stablecoin apocalypse. You've all known for a long time that USDC and the company backing it, Circle, I've been very bullish on. USDC is my stablecoin of choice. Tether, while it survived the crypto market for a long time, I do believe that relatively soon when the full-blown crypto stablecoin regulations come into effect, something massive is going to expose itself behind the scenes for Tether. That moment will be called the Tether apocalypse. And while I don't think it's going to happen now, I am on edge. It's in the back of my mind. And that specific moment is the only reason I haven't completely put all my business reserves in the crypto market yet. That cash will be my protection just in case something cataclysmic happens. But here we know that SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce signals that stablecoin regulations are coming. And I think that will be the moment where we see who's been swimming with their pants off in the crypto market. And trust me when I say I know for a fact Tether's been swimming butt-ass naked. All eyes on Tether in the days, weeks, and months to come. But aside from this worst case scenario, I do believe we are in the clear. If Tether collapses, all bets are off. But there is a lot of evidence pointing to the direction that this is the bottom. And if this is the bottom, you better get your entries. If this is the bottom, you'll have missed a great buying opportunity because you were scared. Don't let fear overcome you. Logic and reason is the key to making generational wealth in this game. When you smell extreme fear, that is when the aggressive savages come out to play. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this additional piece of news should be something that adds to your bullish perspective on this market. Portugal has made a complete U-turn on cryptocurrency taxes. Remember, Portugal used to have 0% crypto taxes. And now, the fact that they're changing this, as I believe the crypto market is going to rise, Portugal wants their cut of the pie. Whenever entire nations start raising taxes on an industry, that to me implies that they expect people to make money. When people make money, that's when you pay taxes. And Portugal making a 180 is a leading indicator for the inevitable profits we're going to get. Now, for those of you that are actually in Portugal now, expecting to have had this specific benefit, I genuinely feel bad for you because I was considering Portugal myself. But there are always other options for those of you that are more adventurous and always looking to move internationally. Now, all that aside, I have to point out this that happened with Terra Luna. This statistic shocked me. $1 million invested into Terra Luna last week would only be worth $3 today. You guys can't make this level of losses up. If you guys would have told me last week Terra Luna would be worth less than 1/10 of a penny, I'd be shocked and I'd laugh in your face. But that's actually worse than the reality for Terra Luna. And I bring this up to all of you to show you this. Bill Gurley posts an incredible warning. An entire generation of entrepreneurs and tech investors built their entire perspectives on valuation during the second half of a 13-year amazing bull market. The unlearning process could be painful, surprising, and unsettling to many. I anticipate denial, and these are some thoughts. Previous all-time highs are completely irrelevant. It's not cheap because it's down 70%. Forget those prices even happened. Valuation multiples are always a hack proxy, dangerous to use. If you insist, 10x should be considered amazing and an upper limit. over that will be silly. You may be shocked to learn that people want to value your company on FCF and earnings. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing this up to cap off this video today with a hard lesson. This recent crypto crash, in my opinion, is not the end of this specific bull run, specifically altcoin season. I personally still believe the stock market has a little juice left before it implodes on itself. But the reason I discuss this specific quote with all of you is because the real carnage is yet to come. The real pain is yet to come. And when it finally does, I believe we'll have already profited, exited the market like bandits, holding on to our cash on the side, and then reinvesting at lower targets. Guys, the taking profits and reinvesting at lower targets and diversifying into other asset classes like business creation, real estate, and buying some high quality cheap stocks will be when the generational wealth is made. I am 110% looking forward to that specific moment. The wealth transfer from the impatient to the patient, from the ill-prepared to the well-prepared, and from old money to the new 1% will be upon us soon. This specific crash should be a warning shot and a blessing for all of you, to let all of you know why profit taking will be important in the months to come. We're riding this journey together, and while it's gonna get bumpy, the best is still to come. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.